Good morning, boys and girls. I hope you've had a good day yesterday and ready to talk about the letter W. But before we do that, let's stand and say the pledge. Put your right hand over your heart and look at the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And you may sit down. I picked out a Bible story that you've heard before. I've read it to you. It's about David. David, was the good shepherd. So listen as I read. David was a shepherd, but when God looked at him, he saw a king. Sure enough, when David grew up, that's just what he became. And David was a great king. He had a heart like God's heart, full of love. Now that didn't mean he was perfect, because he did some terrible things. No, David made a big mess of his life, but God can take even the biggest mess and make it work in his plan. I need a new heart, Lord, David prayed, because mine is full of sin. Make me clean inside. God heard David's prayer, and he forgave David, and he made David a promise. I will make you great, David. And one day, a king will be born into your family, and he will heal the whole world. Did you know that David was a songwriter too? In fact, his songs were so good, they might have been in the top 40 charts, if they'd been invented then. David's songs are like prayers, and they are called psalms. And this one is called the Song of the Shepherd. It's probably number 1 on the Psalms charts. And this is how it goes. God is my shepherd, and I'm his little lamb. He feeds me, he guides me, he looks after me. I have everything I need. Inside my heart is very quiet as lying still in soft green grass, in a meadow, by a little stream. Even when I walk through the dark, scary, lonely places, I won't be afraid, because my shepherd knows where I am. He is here with me. He keeps me safe. He rescues me. He makes me strong and brave. He is getting wonderful things ready for me, especially for me. Everything I ever dreamed of. He fills my heart so full of happiness, I can't hold it all inside. Wherever I go, I know God's never stopping, never giving up, unbreaking, always and forever love will go too. Well, God gave David that song to sing to his people so they could know that he loved them and would always look after them, like a shepherd loves his sheep. And one day, God was going to do something that would inspire thousands upon thousands of new songs. God was going to show his people once and for all just how much he loved them. Another shepherd was coming, a greater shepherd, and he would be called the Good Shepherd. And this shepherd was going to lead all of God's lambs back to the place where they had always belonged, close to God's heart. So we had talked about David, and that was a story about David the shepherd, and we talked about that a little bit before we got out for spring break. Well, I know we've been talking about the letter W, Wackford Walrus, and I saw that Andrew found some things that started with the letter W. Miss Lucas found something that started with the letter W, and I hope the rest of you found something that started with a W. Well, let's sing our song about Wackford Walrus. You help me sing.
W.
Wackford Walrus, Wackford Walrus, W says wah, 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 wah. Wagon, window, water, watermelon, waffles, W says wah, 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 wah. Let me read you a little bit more about Wackford Walrus. It's a good thing Wackford swims well, because most of the food he eats is in the ocean. Wackford swims close to the bottom of the ocean and uses his whiskers to feel for food. And when he is finished eating, Wackford swims to the top of the water and climbs out on land or onto the ice floe. He hooks his tusk into the ice and pulls himself out of the water, just as you would pull yourself up on your bed with your hands. One time, Wackford thought he had hooked his tusk into an ice floe, but it was really a boat. And the boat flipped over, and the people in the boat fell into the water. So Wackford quickly swam away to find a real ice floe for his afternoon nap. Wackford likes to take naps. It's his favorite thing to do. He climbs onto the shore or onto the ice floe with many of his friends to sleep in the warm sunshine. Often so many walruses want to sleep in the same place that they pile on top of each other. And sometimes too many walruses pile onto the same ice floe and it tips over, and then all the walruses fall into the ocean. Well, when Wackford sleeps in the sun, his skin turns dark pink and red. But Wackford's skin is not hurt by the sun. And when he gets back into the cold water, his skin will lose that red color. I like to look at Wackford because it looks like he's smiling at us. And you know, whenever you're writing or tracing the letter W, we would start right here at the top, and we would go down, up, down, up. It sort of looks like two V's put together. And the little W, we would do the same thing. Down, up, down, up. And that looks like two little V's put together. So I hope you have a great day today, and I hope you did find some things that started with the letter W, especially like Miss Lucas's wolf she found. And I hope you're having a great day. I love you. Bye.